All right, so we got a 2021 westbound. We're about to wax it up. You want to make sure the base is nice and clean. It's best to use a citrus cleaner to kind of get any grime off the board. Just want to make sure the board base is nice and clean, which this one's already cleaned up. So the wax I'm going to use today is 1-ball X Wax, the warm weather wax. So you want your iron set at the proper temperature, not too hot. You don't want the wax to smoke too much. And just lay a nice bead layer down. And you don't want to lay it on too thick at this point. And now you just want to spread it out nice and even. And I usually keep the iron just constantly moving to spread out the wax nice and smoothly. You just want nice, even, edge to edge, tip to tail coverage on this. When you have nice and even coverage, I just kind of double check to make sure it's waxed in properly for the whole board. Now that the wax is all spread out nice and even, you just kind of wait for it to cool down a little bit before you start scraping it. Usually takes a few minutes. And the scraper I have today is a metal scraper, but you can also use a plastic scraper as well. Sometimes the metal scrapers, they need to be in good shape, otherwise they have a chance of kind of scraping, gouging the base. This one's nice and new, so I don't have to worry about that today.
You can let them know we're rushing this a little bit too. It's all good.
All right, so when the board is nice and cool, then it's ready for scraping. And when you're scraping, you kind of want to remove pretty much most of the wax. A lot of the wax will soak into the base of the board. So when you're scraping, you're just removing the top layer, and the rest of the wax will be kind of impregnated into the base of the board. And I usually scrape in short, kind of broad strokes. You just want a nice, even scrape marks there. Just don't want to leave wax build up in any areas. And if your board's sliding around when you're doing this, sometimes it helps to have a clamp. You can actually clamp the board down. If you have a table available, that kind of holds it in place. And when you have all the wax scraped off the surface, there's multiple ways you can polish the base. Today I have a kind of a polishing Scotch-Brite pad here. What you do then is you can kind of just rub this on the base, and it helps kind of spread and just make the base nice and smooth and glossy. And there's definitely a lot of techniques at this step you can use. But this technique, I think, works best for me. Just get a nice, smooth, even finish. And I think it's best to go tip to tail on this step. As opposed to side to side. All right, and nice and waxed up, ready to ride.